The sea fog parted like a wound, revealing shapes that should not exist. No flags, no port of origin, only silence. A lookout's scream cut through the harbor fog. But Admiral Vance, standing in his opulent command room, only laughed.
Ghosts. I've heard better bedtime stories from drunken sailors.
Then the fog thinned, and the laughter died in his throat. The fleet wasn't a mirage.
Admiral Vance, you cast me out. You took everything. Now I return with a fleet that does not answer to the living.
The ghost ships opened their gun ports, silent, glowing green, and utterly inevitable.
Kneel, Admiral, or this port will be erased beneath a tide the living cannot outrun.
Admiral Vance's face went white. For the first time in decades, he believed in curses. But to understand this ghost admiral, you must start where it began. With a young captain, a cursed ship, and a betrayal that broke the sea. 3 months earlier, Captain Kale was a hero. The youngest to ever chart the abyssal trench, his name on every dockhand's lips. But the sea gives, and the Admiralty takes. Storms rose, ships vanished, and the whispers began.
The sable wake carries a blight. Every vessel it sails near meets ruin. It must be condemned.
Condemned. I risked my life for those charts. The sea is treacherous. You blame a ship for your own failures.
His words hit stone. Admiral Vance had already drafted the order by sundown. Kale's crew was dragged off the Sable Wake at Saber Point.
They're sailors, not criminals. Punish me, not them.
No one listened. The Admiralty needed a scapegoat, and the black-sailed schooner was perfect. With the crew gone, they shackled Kale to the very mast he once commanded. The hero of the Abyss became a prisoner, his trial set for dawn.
Kale of the Sable Wake, for bringing blight upon this fleet, you are stripped of rank and sentenced to maroonment.
You sentence me for storms and ill luck. The only blight in this hall is your cowardice.
Stop this. He charted the abyss. He's no curse. He's a hero. You are murderers, all of you.
Lyra, no. Keep your voice down. They'll take you. I can't lose you too.
Seize her. One more outburst and she shares his fate, or worse.
Guards wrenched her from the gallery, her screams of protest swallowed by the chamber's cold stone.
This is my doom, not hers. If she suffers for this, I'll never forgive myself.
By midday, he was alone on the Sable Wake. No crew, no provisions, only the open sea and a gathering storm. Thunder rolled as the first cold wave slammed the hull. The storm was not a coincidence. Kale screamed into the rising gale, a curse, a prayer. The storm swallowed it all. The storm broke at dawn, leaving Kale half delirious on the Sable Wake's shattered deck. No food, no water.
Not a drop left. The sun will cook me before thirst does. Is this how it ends?
Days blurred. Then, on the third night, he heard whispers rising from the black water.
That's not the wind. Something is down there.
The whispers grew louder, forming words just beyond understanding, promising things he dared not believe.
Show yourselves, then. What more can you take from me? I am already dead.
From the fog, a spectral mast took shape, its tattered sails catching no wind, yet billowing as if alive. He stretched out a trembling hand, and his fingers passed through the ghostly wood, but felt cold substance, like frozen silk.
It's real. I can feel it watching. Is this the curse they feared?
A jolt of ice raced through his veins, and the ghost ship's helm turned toward him as if awaiting Ophidion's Eris naturally.
Turn. Just a little. I felt it respond before. Maybe I can do more than just touch.
The spectral vessel obeyed, creaking with the sound of ancient timber. Kale's heart hammered. The ship was his to steer.
I can command it, but every time I do, my blood runs colder. This isn't a gift, it's a leash.
Night after night, more ships rose from the deep. The Sable Wake called them, and they answered only to Kale. On the decks of the nearest frigate, spectral sailors stood at attention, their hollow eyes fixed on him.
All hands to your posts. We sail at my will, not a single soul aboard that I didn't call.
He caught his reflection in the polished brass and saw a face more skeleton than man, one eye burning green.
What am I becoming? Each new ship takes a piece of me, but I can't stop. Not until I see her again.
By the month's end, a dozen ghostly vessels surrounded the Sable Wake, a phantom armada, its admiral half consumed by the curse.
I am Kale, Admiral of the Drowned, and the living will learn what it means to be forgotten by the sea. Set course for the Admiralty port. Every soul aboard will witness what happens to those who cast us into the deep.
The ghost fleet turned as one, cutting through storm and calm alike. Nothing could slow their advance. In a stone cell beneath the Admiralty, Lyra woke to the sound of keys. The guard brought no food, only demands.
He'll come back. I know it. You can't break me with chains and threats.
Above, in the war room, Admiral Vance unveiled a resonating crystal, a device that burned ghostly essence itself.
Let the dead come. This disrupts their very being. They'll shatter before they reach the harbor.
The sea feels wrong, like a blade pressed against my throat. He knows we're coming.
But Kale did not slow. The armada spread into a crescent, their green glow, a wound in the night sky.
The guards are restless. Something out there has them terrified. It has to be him.
On the horizon, the port lights flickered into view, and the Sable Wake's sails filled with a wind that did not blow. The port erupted in chaos. Lookouts screamed, and dockworkers fled, and let the filling, and dockworker work, luck the ghost flayed, as the ghost flayed.
Activate the resonator. Let them feel what happens when the dead trespass.
A pulse of blue light exploded from the fortress, slamming into the phantom vessels. Their forms flickered violently.
It's tearing them apart, and I feel every splinter. That device feeds on us.
The spectral crew shrieked in silent agony, some dissolving into mist before clawing back into shape.
A wanted poster. Lyra's face. He's using her as bait.
Rage gave Kale a surge of power, but another pulse slammed them, forcing the fleet back a league.
Those green lights, that's him, but they're flickering. He's in trouble.
I can't retreat. I'll burn to ashes before I abandon this harbor, not while she's in there.
The ghost ships reeled backward, their hulls wavering like heat mirages. Kale's scream of defiance echoed across the sea.
The dead are screaming, not in rage, in agony. That crystal erases them forever. I feel it.
The ghost's agony poured through Kale like ice water, shredding his thoughts and leaving only pain.
I won't abandon you. If burning together is our only path, then we burn.
His body answered, skin flickering from flesh to translucent specter, and back, the curse deepening its hold. When Kale straightened, his eyes were twin green suns, and the helm beneath his hands froze solid. The ghost fleet shuddered, then steadied. Each ship hardened, drawing from his resolve like frost spreading on glass.
All ships, advance. We'll take that crystal and crush it between our hulls if we must.
Against the blue pulses, the armada crawled forward. Each wave of agony met with defiant silence.
Every ghost aboard these ships died forgotten. I won't let them be erased twice.
Admiral of the Drowned, Kale raised his hand, and the ghost fleet surged into the harbor's teeth. The ghost ship's cannon ports flared green, and the fortress walls crumbled in utter silence.
Impossible. Their cannon fire should be a scream, not this. Nothing.
Before the smoke cleared, Kale vaulted from the Sable Wake's bow, trailing spectral light onto the dock.
Admiral Vance, face the curse you created, or die a coward on your knees.
Vance drew his blade, but Kale's gesture ripped it from his grip, the metal glowing red hot.
You think this changes anything? The Admiralty will hunt you to the abyss.
With a flicker of green, Kale forced Vance to his knees on the splintered wood.
Where is Lyra? Speak, or I'll let the dead have their due.
Kale's hand wavered, translucent for a heartbeat, the curse biting deeper with every passing second.
She's in the keep, but you'll never reach her. The trap is already sprung.
What trap? Speak plainly, or I'll wring your soul from that body.
Vance produced a small detonator, its light blinking in rhythm with Kale's heartbeat.
The dead hear her fear. I can feel her pulse through the chains. What have you done?
Through the ghostly link, he saw Lyra bound to a chair, the bomb fastened to the wall behind her. Kale hesitated, his form wavering like a candle in a gale.
Kill me, and the signal dies. The bomb will take her apart, one scream at a time.
He's not lying. The ghosts confirm it. My vengeance will cost her life.
His arm phased in and out, the curse feeding on his rage and fear.
So, Ghost Admiral, what will it be? Revenge, or the woman?
Kale stood motionless, green eyes burning on Vance, but his fists trembled, unable to strike.
The fleet's not just for battle. I can send them to Lyra's cell. If they can cut the bomb's trigger, Vance's deadman switch is useless.
He closed his eyes and pushed a fragment of his will into the nearest specter. Behind Vance, the first ghost detached from the dock and slipped away. Lyra flinched as cold green mist bled through the cell bars, coalescing into a figure with hollow eyes and steady hands.
Kale sent you. I knew it. But be careful. The bomb is rigged to the wall. One wrong touch, and we both vanish.
Your eyes glazed over. You are not even here, are you? Then die distracted.
Kale sidestepped, but the split focus made the ghost crew on the dock scream, half solid, half vapor. In the cell, the ghost's hands blurred as it worked the wires, its form flickering with every heartbeat. Kale lost to the conflict above.
Don't fade. Not yet. He's giving everything to keep you here.
Sweat or something colder dripped down Kale's brow as he parried Vance's wild sword swing. The ghost fleet stuttering mid-harbor. One wire left, one heartbeat between rescue and oblivion. And Kale could feel his own grip shattering. The spectral hand closed on the last wire, a breath, a snap. The bomb's light died. Lyra slumped forward, free.
Kale, you did it. I am safe. Come back to me.
On the dock, Kale's knees buckled. The dead whispered not in gratitude, but in demand.
You want me. Forever. My soul bound to this fleet, never to walk the living world again. Take my last breath. Just let her live. I am yours.
A pulse of green energy exploded from his chest, sealing the pact. His flesh flickered, then stilled, colder, clearer.
Warmth is gone, but I can still feel her heartbeat. That's all that matters.
Below decks, Lyra's cell door swung open, and the ghost crew formed an honor guard for the Admiral's chosen.
He gave up his future for me. I won't let that be for nothing. Take me to him.
The dead had their Admiral, and for the price of his life, they would grant him one last sunrise with her. The detonator blinked uselessly in Vance's hand. Panic flooded his face as he scrambled backward.
No, this isn't possible. You should be dead. She should be dead.
Kale raised a hand. From the black water, hundreds of spectral arms burst forth, reaching for the Admiral. They wrapped around his legs, his chest, his throat. The dead that he had doomed now had their justice.
Kale, call them off. I'll give you anything. Gold ships, the Admiralty itself.
Kale watched, silent, as Vance's screams were swallowed by the deep. The sea took him without a ripple. Silence fell on the harbor. The ghost fleet lay still. Vengeance had been served, but Kale felt nothing.
No satisfaction. Just cold. He was right about one thing. Killing a ghost changes nothing.
The spirits returned to their posts without a sound. Their pact was sealed. Kale belonged to them now. Kale turned toward the prison, where a single light flickered. Somewhere in the dark, Lyra was walking toward him. Lyra stepped onto the dock, her breath catching as she saw him, translucent, eyes burning green, a ghost anchored to the world by will alone.
Kale, what did you do? You are fading.
I made a bargain. My soul is bound to these ships now. I can never be fully human again.
Lyra stepped closer, and her trembling hand rose to touch his face.
I don't care what you are. You came back for me.
Her fingers met something cold, yet still the shape of him, the memory of warmth.
This isn't the life I wanted for you. You'll be chained to a specter who can barely feel the sun.
Then I'll stay with you. The living sea rejected us both. The dead can have us together.
Kale's eyes dimmed. For the first time since the pact, he felt something other than cold above them. The ghost fleet stood silent witness. Their admiral was no longer alone. Kale led Lyra toward the sable wake, its black sails now translucent and glowing with the same green that burned in his chest as they crossed the ghostly gangplank. The spectral crew lined the deck and bowed their heads in silent reverence.
They bow to me, as if I am their queen.
You are. The dead recognize those who gave everything.
He led her to the helm, where the wheel spun under a ghostly hand. The sea awaited.
Set sail for the open fog. Leave this cursed harbor behind.
The ruined port shrank to a scar on the coastline, swallowed by mist as the fleet turned toward the open sea.
So, what happens now?
We find the restless. We guide the lost. And we sail until the sea itself forgets the living world's cruelty.
And so the ghost fleet sailed, not for vengeance, but for purpose. Kale's hand rested on the wheel, Lyra's on his shoulder, as the fog closed around them. Days bled into nights, indistinguishable. Kale taught her to read the sea by the glow of the dead, a green shimmer that marked reefs no living chart recorded.
They're beautiful, but they feel so heavy. Like every light is a life.
Because they are. Every spark is a sailor who deserved to be remembered.
One evening, Lyra approached a ghostly deckhand alone. He taught her to tie a knot no living hand had touched.
They're not monsters. They're just people who got lost.
Later, as Kale reached for a line, his hand passed through it. Without a word, Lyra caught the rope and handed it back.
I'll be your hands when the curse gets in the way.
They found moments of peace beneath the unchanging stars. Lyra leaned against Kale's shoulder, and for a breath, the cold felt distant. Kale's eyes glowed faintly as he watched her sleep, a silent promise that he would never let the dead take her, too. Yet every sunrise, a part of him wondered. How long could love survive when half the heart no longer beat? One moonless night, the dead grew louder than the sea. Kale's eyes snapped open, a vision flooding his mind.
A graveyard of ships beneath a different sky. Hundreds of splintered hulls, each cradling a soul that doesn't know it's dead.
The vision swept him across a sea of forgotten wrecks. Sailors doomed by storms, war, and the Admiralty's greed. The dead were not just his crew. They were an ocean of the abandoned, and they had no compass.
They need a guide, someone to show them the way. The Admiralty wasn't my only enemy. Oblivion is.
Then we'll guide them together. I told you I'd stay. This is what we're meant for.
As Kale nodded, the fleet answered. New spectral masts rose around them, ships that had drifted for centuries.
We'll chart the uncharted waters of the dead. Every lost soul will find harbor.
The weight of his own death lifted. He was no longer just a vengeful spirit. He was a lighthouse in the fog, and Lyra, his living anchor, smiled. The curse would never break, but perhaps it no longer needed to. Years later, in a dockside tavern, an old sailor leans close to a wide-eyed deckhand. They say a ghost fleet appears in the worst storms, a green light on the wave, guiding lost ships to safety. And when morning comes, there's no trace, just a calm sea and a captain's log, praising a phantom lighthouse. The story is true. In a raging squall, the sable wake cuts through, its spectral cannons silent, its purpose clear on the deck. Lyra holds the wheel steady, her hair whipped by a wind that never touches her skin.
Another one. I can feel their relief through the deck.
They'll never know our names, but they'll sail home.
They share a look of quiet contentment, a moment stolen from the eternal voyage. The legend of the Ghost Admiral spreads, but the truth is simpler. Two souls who refuse to be erased, and as the storm breaks, Kale's eyes glow softly, and the fleet fades into legend. Night settled. The fleet lay still on a glassy sea, the only light a slow pulse from the Sable Wake's ghostly lanterns. Kale's hand rested on the rail, translucent in the starlight. A tremor ran through it, a reminder of the pact. Lyra saw, and without a word, covered his hand with hers.
Still fading. Some nights worse than others.
Then hold on tighter. I am not letting go.
She rested her head against his shoulder, and for a long moment, the only sound was the whisper of the dead in the rigging. Kale's free hand rose, hesitating, then rested gently on her hair.
This is enough. More than I deserved. More than any ghost could ask.
The stars wheeled overhead. The fleet drifted. Two figures, one living, one not, stood against the endless night, and Kale's eyes, shining green, closed slowly, a lighthouse finally at rest. Kale stood alone at the bow, Lyra asleep on a nest of ropes behind him. The sea whispered memories.
I was so consumed by anger. Every wave felt like betrayal. Every wind a reminder of the tribunal's lies.
The ghost crew stood silent witness, their hollow eyes reflecting the same pain he had carried.
But they didn't need my fury. They needed a guide. Someone to break the chains of oblivion.
He looked back at Lyra, her breath fogging in the cold air.
She never flinched. Not at my ghostly hands. Not at the whispers. She just held on, and I need her. More than revenge. More than purpose. She is the harbor I never thought I'd find.
A faint smile crossed his features, the first unburdened expression in an eternity.
The dead are at peace because of us. I finally understand. That's enough.
And the fleet sailed on, silent and eternal. Dawn painted the sea gold and crimson. The ghost fleet now a legend, cut through the calm like a memory. At the helm, two figures stood, one translucent, one solid, watching the horizon swallow the night. Kale's hand rested on the wheel, but it was Lyra who steered, her eyes sharp and steady. Her hair caught the sunrise, a halo of fire against the ghostly sails. Kale turned to her, his green eyes softer than they had ever been in life. No words passed, none were needed. The sea sang all the things they could not say. He faced the rising sun, its warmth a memory against his fading skin. Slowly, his eyes closed. The green light dimmed, a beacon returning to the deep. The only sound left was the whisper of waves against the hull, and then silence. On a rocky shore, far from the ruined port, an old survivor sat with a child. Watching the endless sea, he pointed a trembling finger toward the horizon, where the fog was thickest. He was real, you know. The Ghost Admiral. I saw his fleet with my own eyes. The child squinted, searching the waves for any sign of green. They say he guides the lost, that no sailor has to die alone if they keep faith. The child whispered, "Will I ever see him, on nights when the fog is thick and the storm howls?" "Maybe you will," the old man answered. A faint green glow flickered on the water, impossibly far, impossibly bright. The child's eyes widened, a smile breaking through the fear. The legend was true, and so the sea whispered on, carrying the promise of the ghost fleet forever.